Nigel? How
The peaceful tones of South Melbourne on Grand Prix weekend, Colonel.
Oh, yes, yes.
I suspect some of our listeners may pick up the I think it's a high, maybe an A.
That's the sound of the motors.
It is the Formula
A.
One Grand Prix cars are a good A, a very high A, and well, you know, we embrace it. All kinds of people coming to South Melbourne.
Yes, definitely all kinds of people. I was at the park yesterday with Phoebe, and there were kids everywhere. And as soon as the engine started, all the kids started screaming and ran to their parents. No, and
it's not the end of the earth.
No,
it's Bernie Eccleston.
Is he? Who's the guy? I think the guy that ran that.
Here in Melbourne?
Yeah. No, who was the old guy that ran it?
Bernie Eccleston. Yeah.
Bernie Eccleston's the
he's like
chief.
He's 103.
He's still going.
Like, he's married to a 23-year-old, but like nothing wrong
You're
with that.
only as young as the lady you feel.
Crikey.
Thank you. Now, so Nigel, on a serious note.
Indeed.
Sad day. I'll hand it over to you.
I have a black guitar today, which is just a little hat tip to all of those New Zealanders who are having a pretty crap day today. You know, what this mad world we live in. And ironic for us, of course, where it's our mission in life to make a bit of a scene, and a little embarrassing to have a successful online show called Shooting the Strings after the events of Christchurch. But that, none of this, it's a multi-meaning word.
Yes.
We didn't
I'm
mean...
glad you reminded me of that fact.
Yeah, we didn't mean to do that. But no, this
much.
beautiful black Midtown. I'm playing this all day.
78.
It is gorgeous and a much underlooked model amongst your wall of 335s, by the way. I noticed it's actually made the second row of 335s and derivatives.
Here's the weird thing, is people come into the shop and they see the beautiful black, oh, look at that black 335, and they go to grab it.
Oh, it's got a flat top.
Oh, it's Midtown. So it's like, you know what? It's just a black 335. They're a slightly different shape, folks. That's all it is.
Well, this is my little nod to the Midtown Christchurch folk who had a terrible day yesterday. And as I was saying, the irony is, of course, we absolutely rely on this Facebook technology to connect a community of people interested in vintage guitars. And you and I prattling on about bands and songs. And so we've connected a community, or you have particularly, and then that same community intersects with, you know, ultra-right, white supremacy, just gun-toting madness, and there it is in my own home country. And I don't think anywhere in the world's immune to this. This will be our Port Arthur moment in New Zealand. We do have automatic weapons. Collectors are allowed to own them.
What are the? Do you know much about the gun laws in New Zealand?
I have a family of hunters and shooters who legitimately are very, careful with weapons. And but no, if you're a collector, you can have an AK-47.
Really?
But you need, you are going to get some scrutiny.
Yeah.
You're going to have the police round to your house and your mum's house asking about you. But inevitably they leak.
Yeah.
And that's where this
ways of getting through.
This nutter from New South Wales has, and that's our world. It's ultra connected. He gets an audience of thousands for his, right wing shoot 'em up attitudes, and we get an audience of thousands for our guitar show. And
we will counteract his views.
That is my contribution to this. I believe is for all of that evil we must. Look at our audience on there already. They're so tolerant. Sorry we're late this morning.
Sorry, folks.
Technical setup issues with things. And now let's counteract it with it.
We're going to make people feel good.
That's it. That's
all you can do. The power of guitar.
You watch. I picked there'll be the most remarkable concert in New Zealand now. Everyone will club together and raise money. And it will be our Port Arthur moment. This is it. Do you know how many automatic weapons were handed in or dragged from their cold dead hands in Australia after Port Arthur?
I do not. What
have a guess. Just let me shock you with the scale of gun ownership in Australia. And
I will say 250,000 guns.
600,000 high-powered automatic weapons, which are the ones that you weren't allowed to own anymore.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. There's a lot of
No one needs that sort of stuff.
No, and it's just the intersections, which white supremacy is now a global movement. It's now the essence of American politics,
And Queensland.
and various European substates
Sorry,
and things.
Queensland.
Well, look,
I just report the news.
No,
That's
look,
all I do.
Look, Australia's been great about it. It's got ScoMo out to actually say sorry, but your mate Fraser Anning. Now he's a Queenslander.
Fraser Anning. My goodness, yeah.
What a dickhead. Are we allowed to say that on the show?
We can say that.
Yeah, my God. And
I think, is he from North Queensland? I hope so.
I think he's from another planet,
Please.
actually. How did it...
Don't be from Brisbane.
19 votes, got himself into the Senate, which
Oh,
is...
right, with 19 votes.
19 votes, yeah.
I might set up the Guitar Colonel party.
Well, this is... Now you're talking.
If you would like to vote Guitar Colonel, please, right now, and I'll like your comment. And
let's form the guitar party for the
do
next
that.
federal election
Yeah.
and bring some peace and love.
we're going to bring peace and love. As
Yeah.
Ringo would say, peace and love.
Now, look, so this is my black guitar for the day, and
Yeah.
I'm loving that you have it in the store. But
Yes.
speaking of peace and love,
Yeah.
I nearly fell over on Instagram this week
Yes,
when someone, can I touch you?
you can. Yes.
'Cause
don't go all Michael
You are
Jackson on me.
You are 1 degree of separation from rock royalty.
Yes. Well, I really like the Lennon Claypool Delirium
Yes,
album. That's their band name.
I think we
And,
all do, because it's like the Beatles were born again.
Yeah.
With
it's
with
yeah.
more of this very psychedelic.
With a very good bass player. Well, not that Paul McCartney wasn't, but anyway, I loved it completely, and I was on Instagram, and I thought, I wonder if Sean Lennon is actually on Instagram, and sure enough, he's on Instagram. So I sent him a message,
Yeah.
not expecting to hear anything back, of course because
not.
it's
It's
Sean Lennon,
celebrities,
and he wrote back and said thanks very much. So I was very chuffed about that.
And
I have the Yoko Ono T-shirt on today.
nice
There you are.
work.
That's a
Sean, if
Yoko
you're
Ono
watching,
limited print
love
T-shirt.
your work. And I mean, of all the musicians
We'd
in the
love to
world,
get you in here, Sean, if you ever come
Yeah.
to Australia.
Imagine how he's feeling this morning with, he was 6 years old when his dad was shot in New York
Yes.
by an absolute nutbar,
Dreadful.
alt-right, gun-toting maniac. So,
Was he an alt-right guy?
yeah, he was. He was a bit... Look, it's just this modern combination of a deeply connected world, the ability to stream this rubbish onto Facebook Live,
Yes.
and creating an audience for their ego,
Yes.
mental health issues. And there's been a lot of talk about, New Zealand, land of the Hobbit, peaceful, violence-free.
Yeah.
I'm disavowing you of that belief. It can be a very violent country. You ask, some of the groups, violence against women, domestic violence. I guarantee you, if you go back through this bloke's record, there's a history of domestic violence.
Right.
And there's too
Would
much
not
of
be
that.
surprised.
Too much of that in New Zealand, and so we're not that much of a peace-loving country. We're not some nirvana, but tell you what, with our Prime Minister, I'm super proud of her.
Great handling of all of that. I would say I really like her a lot. Now, so
Who's
Nigel,
on? We've got a lot of
We've
people.
got a lot of people on today,
Probably-
so
probably
I have to like some comments.
Exactly, because they've dialed in for music, and all they've had is politics
I
so
know.
far.
Sorry about that, folks, but we had to say something. Michael Ray, I've missed the first couple of comments if you're on. I'm sorry about that. Michael Ray, condolences for the NZ murders. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Michael's slightly
Paul
left-leaning
Gibson.
and would probably understand my
Michael's-
political view.
Yes. Michael Southgate. Hello, Michael Southgate. We haven't seen you in a
Two
while.
Michaels, that's a good score.
Les Paul Gibson is always on. Hello, Les.
He's in for a shock with what you've got
Yes,
today.
I know. He's not going to like. Well, he might like it. Morning, fellas. G'day. Peter Hammond. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Peter. Lucas.
He's Lucas. He's not. It's
Yeah,
9:30.
he's on.
What's he doing out of bed?
How do they do it, these kids?
I don't know.
The power of rock. Marty Oak is on. Morning Legends. I'm in town, so might have to drop in. Yes.
Yeah, good.
Any relic tellies this week? You know what? I do have one here, but it's It's mine.
No, well,
Can't have it.
well, we're going to go through that.
Or
That's
can you?
episode theme for the day is it might
Yeah.
not be his by the end of the day, depending on how this show goes with the
I
guitar
know.
in your hands.
Yes, yes. Now let's talk. Vote one Colonel Party. Yes, I agree.
Yes,
with you.
very good. What have you got in your hands?
I've got
just
a
by the way?
Tokai.
No,
Now-
you haven't. You've got a
Yes.
Les Paul.
No,
It's
no, no, I've got a.
I am once again. I picked it up earlier. It's Les Paul weight. It's got a Les Paul neck. How can that be a Tokai?
This is a Tokai. This is actually a Japanese limited edition Tokai, which
so
is
we
not
talked-
currently on the
we-
website.
So
at
we
the moment.
talked about Japanese Tokais last week and said top end may or may not be a thing.
Well, there's not a lot. This is a 70th anniversary model. There's only, is it 70 made? That would seem right, or 100 made, or something like that. I think it's 70 made for 70 years, but there's only a couple in the country, and I happen to have one. It's not currently for sale because I'm enjoying it a lot, but it has a beautiful chunky 59 neck, and the tobacco flame sort of thing, or a little bit of flame, plain top, but yeah, kind of like and Japanese craftsmanship. So we sell the Chinese stuff, but we do have this if you want to come in and try it.
So you've rounded out the Tokai story really, is you've got come in and have a try on this super high end Tokai Love Rock.
Just played one of your fellow countrymen songs there, the Neil Finn's Fleetwood Mac, and you've got the Midtown. Now, I was thinking song-wise today, Sir Nigel.
Yes. We're picking up where we were.
Well, you know what, we are, but I thought I'd chuck in this lovely song by Norah Jones to start with.
Sure.
It's called Come Away With Me.
Right,
I think it's called Come Away With Me.
We need something lovely just to bring some karma
Exactly.
back to the world,
Exactly.
which is off its axis this
Yep.
morning.
Well, you know, I thought of that song because of the Grand Prix, and it's so loud, and I thought, you know what, yeah, let's be with Norah and get in that car and drive out through the hills, and then of course New Zealand, and so what better song?
Now Norah Jones, who's her dad?
Ravi Shankar.
So, oh my goodness, so Sean Lennon,
John Lennon,
Julian Lennon,
Julian,
like John Lennon, Ravi Shankar,
George.
Norah Jones.
Yeah, George
Like-
was the main
It's
Ravi
like
guy.
about 2 degrees of separation there, and from you to
Yeah.
Norah Jones, 3 degrees of separation.
I'm closer to Sean Lennon than I am to Norah because she hasn't responded to me yet. I haven't asked her anything. Let's make that clear.
I bet you he knows it,
Wow,
because that'd have been.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
just huge in that early.
He's
when
my number one Beatles kid.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. That if you haven't listened to that record, I'm super hyped.
What about
that
young
song.
Starkey? He's a good drummer. Like with
Oh,
the Who.
yes, he is. He's super talented.
Zach Starkey.
Yeah.
Man, hey, do you know what? I've got a crazy idea. You know, when there's all these Beatle tributes, like the rooftop gig here,
Yes,
and
yeah.
my mate Ash Naylor on that, and all those kind of things. Imagine a Beatles tribute band made up of Beatles children.
Well, I think they've offered lots of money to try that. It hasn't. They're sensible.
Okay, show me some Norah
Ashley
Jones.
Naylor
Yes.
and Davey Lane
Yep.
are about to tour the country doing Abbey Road.
I'm
the record.
buying tickets for that at the moment we get off this
Kinda
show.
Cool. Okay, let's have a look at Norah Jones to see if I can remember it. So it's a C. It's nice and easy. This is fun to play. Let's see. To an A minor 7. C.
So that's an A minor without the middle finger.
Yeah. Or you can you have to add a G into that chord. Okay, so you can either do it by putting your pinky down on a G,
Yeah, it's
which
easy.
is, or you just take your third finger off. So
Or both.
Yeah, or both, yeah.
So going from the C to the A minor is not actually that hard, is it?
No, nice easy one.
Yeah.
For someone who's jazz based as Norah. Then it's an E minor. F suspended 2. So if I play a normal F,
And I drop my middle finger out
take
of
your
that.
middle finger, yeah, because suspended just means, if you've tuned in and you're wondering what suspended means,
And why is Nigel getting a lesson in jazz this morning instead
That's
of
right. I know.
power chords?
we're not talking suspenders.
You know, the thing is, We have actually used up all the power chords now after
We've used-
77 shows.
Yes,
So the
there's
78
none left. We've done them
We're
all.
on jazz.
So suspended, we're just dropping the third note out of that chord, 1, 3, 5. That's how you build a chord, and we're replacing it with the second note in the scale. So F, G. Makes sense. So we're putting a G into that chord. And you can put your pinky down on the G again.
Yeah, geez, not a lot of movement.
That's a Hendrix chord. And then we go to C, to G, start again. A minor,
Oh, A minor.
A minor 7, and then it's E minor. F suspended, C, G. Starts again. That's basically it. Oh, and the only change to that is G, F suspended 2, C. Does it again.
Yeah.
To G.
All we need is a vocalist, a drummer, a bass player. How are we going to do that, Colonel?
Well, we have the technology.
There we go.
That's what Oscar Goldman said to Steve Austin.
Yeah.
We have the technology to rebuild him. Do you know who plays guitar on that track? Because I was listening to the solo and I thought that's a high level player. Bill Frisell. Everyone, if you haven't checked out Bill Frisell and his Telecaster work, it's super. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Come Away With Me. We're all going to go on a little journey.
Yeah. We're just going to come away to a nicer place than we
Go
woke
away
up
to
to
a
this
nicer
morning.
place. We need to be in a nicer place.
Let's see if Norah Jones has got good internet security.
Oh yes.
Well-
If we vanish, we're not broadcasting anywhere else today. So we're
Find us on
recording.
YouTube later. You are recording, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I think.
Come away with me in
No, it still stays there.
the night. Come away with me,
It's E minor.
and I will write
F suspended.
you
C.
a song.
G.
Come away with me on a bus. Come away where they can't stand us with their lies. And I wanna walk with you on a cloudy day in fields where the yellow grass grows knee high. So won't you try to come away with me and kiss on a mountain top. Come away with me and I never stop loving you.
you know what's great about that song, Colonel? Because of the key it's
Yes, sir.
written in,
Yes, sir.
I can play all the wrong chords, and it still
Sounds cool.
Okay.
You can play anything in C, and that sounds really cool. So, yes, well done, Nigel.
And we
sounds great, that guitar.
Well, we sort of stayed online. We're actually frozen in time according to our feed.
Oh, okay. We may still be going. I don't know.
There we go.
We'll
So
go
I
with
see
it.
the time clock moving. The time clock's moving.
Well,
We still on, Michael?
if
Still
we're
see us?
frozen, or just let us know. We may be.
There we go.
We seem to be okay.
We seem to be
now,
back.
so Nigel, let's have a look at the amp you're playing through. Let's talk amps.
Well, this is a curious amp. It's, you know, it's like
Curiouser
I love
and
it.
curiouser.
You know,
was
and
Alice.
I'm going straight in today. I've eschewed pedals with my beautiful black Midtown.
Yes.
And I don't have a black armband, but I have the blackest of black Midtowns with black pickguard, black speed knobs, black everything. But I've got a lovely golden Strauss tweed.
Tweed Strauss. That's a new amp.
It's just got
We
a
are-
cheapers. It's close to a Blues Junior.
It's very well. It's it's a Blues Junior ripoff.
Okay.
For about half the price. So yeah. So Strauss. That's a 20-watt. But Blues Junior, pretty much an exact copy. It's a reverb. It's got a master volume and a preamp volume. So Sir Nigel's
Wow,
black Midtown
it's just gorgeous.
is right here. It's lovely.
Have a look at this, everyone. How nice is that? It is just because you know you don't. It's pretty hard to rock up on stage with a black 335 and not
Yes.
scream, "I'm BB King."
Well, exactly. Yes.
So
You
this-
definitely don't look like BB.
Well, I can
No,
hold my
you're like
yeah,
only
hold my guitar out there. And I can-
1% BB.
I'm not even. I'm black and I'm proud.
I'm black and I'm proud.
But this is a very practical guitar, and I love the flat top. To be honest, I think that's really understated, but then it's got the quite overstated inlays. It's
Yes.
really
Well,
gorgeous.
I'm gonna say something controversial. Sir Nigel.
By all means.
That has a rich light fingerboard, and it actually plays and sounds pretty good. So I've bagged Rich Light before,
Yeah, wow.
and if your name is in fact Rich Light, I'm sorry. If you've got hate mail, as I was talking
So
about
explain
something
Rich
else.
Light to me. What's that?
Rich
made of?
Light is, well, when they ran out of ebony, or
Yeah.
they were pilfering some small African country and got in trouble for that,
Yep.
they had to come up with...
We're certainly not going to say, in this, you know, this constant show of connections that we make, we're not going to say ebony and ivory, even though we
Ebony
start
and
in the
ivory.
Beatles. We do not want to go to the other part of that, you know.
That's not your favourite Stevie Wonder song?
That's like,
Oh, man. So they were forced to come up with some sort of idea. So Rich Light, from what I understand, is a paper-based compound of something. If you know, and Michael Ray will know this, the exact description.
so it's a synthetic.
Yeah, it's not real wood. It's
Gee.
not real wood. But
You'd never know.
I'm wondering if the new guy who's taken over Gibson
Yeah.
will, in fact, eliminate Rich Light altogether and go back to...
He's making waves, isn't
He's
he?
making big
Hiring
waves.
Mark
Yeah.
Agnesi as their
Yeah,
ambassador.
absolutely.
There it was. So I'm off to America this week. I was I'm heading, hopefully, fingers crossed, to Norman's Rare Guitars. I was hoping to
Wow.
meet. I was wanting the selfie with Mark Agnesi, and I have chosen. This is his last week at work, and now ambassador for Gibson.
Yes,
And,
good job, Mark Agnesi.
So I'm not going to meet him, which is very disappointing to me, to be honest.
See if you can meet Norm. Get a picture with Norm.
Maybe, because I've met you, and that,
yeah.
like that would give me the
close.
top two vintage guitar store owners in the world.
It's very close. It's very
Okay,
close.
well, I'm feeling like some rock and roll. Was there any rock and roll left over that we could play?
There is. Well, Michael Ray had a request. We're coming back to the hottest 100, folks.
1989.
1989.
That's and so I look. There only was this model of Hot 100 for 89, 90, 91.
Yes.
And they realised it was turning out the same every year. That list I showed you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Australians pick the same songs every time. So they suspended the Hot 100, or partly because they weren't allowed to call it the Hot 100. It had to be the hottest 100 because your mates at 4ZZZ sued them. There was nothing in 92. Came back in 93. The song had to be published that year, and that's the model we know and love today.
Wow. Okay.
So this is a unique beast, the '89 Hot 100.
We have to. Oh, and I've got the Sunny Boys as well, which
Yeah.
we have a leftover. How are we going for time?
I don't know. It depends if you're trying to make money at 10 o'clock with a lesson, my friend.
What time have you got this?
I've got 14 minutes to 10.
Damn. Let's.
Choose.
We're going to go wide open road.
Let's
We'll go
do
wide
that.
open road. We're going to push the Sunny Boys out again.
Yeah.
I'm just going to see who's on, Sir Nigel, because we have to like people.
Yeah.
I like a lot of people.
Maybe we
Who
could
have
have
we got here?
like a Sunny Boys episode.
That'd be cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the white one? What?
Oh, the white telly.
Oh, yes, Marty Oak. Yes. Thank
is.
you, Sir Nigel. It is. Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
But you can come and play it.
Absolutely.
Grant Philpotts. G'day, lads. Hello. David Martin. Boiling the kettle. Morning, boys.
Yes,
Hello, David.
sensible thing to do.
Rob Montanaro. Good morning. Great morning for it. Oh, g'day.
Tis.
Neil Boland is on.
He is.
He's coming in again.
You apologised for him for being rude to him when you were drunk the other week.
Well, it's not my fault if he took his pants off and ran down the stairs. Sir
He's such a
Nigel.
lovely fellow. How
He's
could
a
you-
lovely-
How could you cast such nasturtiums upon him?
That was Alan's idea.
Yeah, I know.
Solely. I had nothing to do with it.
Northern Geordie
Yeah, he
monster.
brought whiskey in.
He did.
This is-
You descended so rapidly into.
I used to be a
childlike.
drinker, but I'm kind of not really
No,
a drinker.
absolutely
And
not.
Alan knows the rules, and Alan breaks the rules. It's like bring in some light beers, and we'll have half a beer.
Yes.
Pretend like we drink. But no, he brings in a can of whiskey and like a
in
7%
5
beer or
minutes,
something.
You're
Yeah.
channeling Frank Zappa, writing terrible music and being as
man.
rude to your customers.
I was being rude. I was. Well, Neil. Good morning. Good
Who
morning,
else we
Neil.
got? We're doing well this morning.
Not many people know that Norah Jones has a father who is as famous, who is a famous musician.
Ravi Shankar.
Tom Jones. What? Could be. Warren Bennett, play some lead. Oh, all right. Hang on. Wait a second. Wait. Oh boy. Let me get. I need a plectrum for
He's
that.
a finger fucking this morning.
what am I
All
gonna
right.
do?
What, you want some background?
Yeah, sure. What have you got there? Oh,
Hey.
we'll try the fuzz.
Hey, whoa. We're doing a show.
Whoa,
We're doing a
getting
show.
a bit carried away. Getting a bit carried away. Sorry, folks.
Gee, that sounds good though.
It's kind of fun, isn't it? I might switch. I might switch over to, well, a real Les Paul. Let's do it.
Okay, pass that over. I'll put it on the rack because it is. It's.
Oh yes,
Now,
thank
what
you so
people
much.
need to know is it's not actually a cheap Tokai.
Yeah, no.
It's actually that's in the true craftsman tradition of
that's a
Tokai.
$3.5 grand
Tokai.
Tokai. Well, that's the retail. I mean,
Handle with
obviously. If you come in here, it's cheaper.
It's 4.5.
Yeah. Well, we sign it though, in non-removable marker. You know, right on the front. Colonel plus Sir Nigel.
And the dog.
He just signs SN, and then we dog print. Yeah, panda. Blah blah blah. I got to get me a Midtown. I agree with you.
I
Will
agree.
Bass.
They are the perfect guitar.
Michael Ray still going, but intermittent screen freeze. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, Michael. You know, I love the Midtown. Yes, David. Sunny Boys episode.
Same
yes.
boys episode it is. Let's get.
Nice hat, Colonel. Thank you. It's a freedom hat. It's a freedom. I wore it today, especially. My Make America Great hat was in the wash, so I just want everyone to be free and have a fun life. Now, so Nigel, I've got a 2004 Les Paul here with me.
Wow, that's you know, people ask me about the show and they go, "Why do you call all the guitars vintage?" Well, I go, "Well, I'll tell you what, 2004 is quite a long time ago. It's actually a little more to do with the quality. There's not like antiques where there's strict rules as to the word vintage." 15-year-old guitar,
Ooh,
as
yeah.
far as I'm concerned, is a great vintage. Okay, what song are we doing?
Wide Open Road.
Oh, beautiful song.
Tribute to Michael Ray, Wide Open Road. Ladies and gentlemen.
Let's just get on a
It's
wide
a
open road.
wide open road.
It's a
Wide open road. Here we go, folks. Oh my goodness. I hope I'm in tune after
You're
that.
going to call the chords as we go.
Yes, sir. Oh, I haven't shown you. It's a G.
I can follow along.
It's the same all the way through, I think. Whoop. It's a G to start with.
I'm ready for G.
And C to G. E minor. A minor.
We're away.
Slightly different.
It's a wide open road. 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 And now you can go any place that you want to go.
Two very relaxing and peaceful songs for the day. So
And that's our goal with this show, mate, is to counteract the bad karma that has been created
counteracting bad karma. We are, sir.
in Christchurch and on the interwebs, and bring some good karma to the world with
I
beautiful
like good
songs.
karma. That's a great tune. I didn't like that at the time when it came out. I remember that coming out, but now I sort of listen
Gee, it's
back
not,
and
not a rock and roll song, is it? It's,
no, a bit odd for the era. I think they were from Western Australia.
Yeah, it tells the
think
story
so.
of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I could imagine that song as I fly over the Nullarbor. That very much would be the song in mind for me.
There you go, Michael Ray. I didn't even say I was going to do that. I just gave him a thumb.
Nice.
And that was kind of like,
That is a good
will he or won't he?
It turned out to be a great song choice for today, I reckon.
It was a good song choice. And plus, he sort of accosted me as I was walking into my building at about 11:30 last night.
Excellent.
Said,
Is he giving up the clown mask, or is it...
No,
no, that's so frightening.
it's that scary clown.
is, it
You know,
is.
from It, Stephen King's It. He was dressed up like that, and
Yeah.
not as scary as when Neil Boland took his pants down here, but
Yeah.
after one of those whiskies. But so Nigel, we might wrap it. We might call
reckon.
that a wrap.
We'll
Just
call it a wrap.
a super sweet, brief show today.
It is. It's a...
We're open at 10.
It's a black day today for Kiwis, and I had a beautiful black guitar just to acknowledge that.
Yes. Well, both of our hearts go out to all people everywhere in the world, and especially New Zealand and Christchurch at the moment. So a tribute show. I hope we've made you feel a bit happier today.
Yep.
2 thumbs up.
What happens next is, I think, musicians gather around and make the world a happier place.
I think you're right. I think there's going to be a massive concert over there.
Massive outpouring.
Beatles
of goodwill.
kids get back together, shooting the strings live
Yep.
from over there. All the big names. you
Yes.
know, and maybe you
That's
too or
right.
something. So, Nigel, what are you up to this week? Are you
I am flying. I'm doing a very illogical couple of weeks. I'm off to Perth for Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I've actually got the Colonel's Christmas present to pick up in Perth. So there's a nice surprise for you.
Well,
coming.
don't you hurt that pony.
It's a little early.
You feed
but
it carrots.
It's you're just not going to believe it when you see it. So you might be getting that of me. But the damn thing weighs 12 kilos. So
That's very
I
light
may or
for
may
a
not
pony.
bring you back. 'Cause I'm going directly from Perth to Sydney to San Francisco.
Oh my God! Now you're gone for is it the next couple of Saturdays?
Up in both the next Saturdays, I am gone. I'm in San Francisco next Saturday, and I'm in Los Angeles next Saturday. So the Norm's Rare Guitars,
Okay,
virtual reality, and catching up with my mate Eric, Mr. Special Effects,
that's
the
cool.
god of special effects, and then San Francisco the week after. So
Wow.
I'll be back in 3 weeks. So
Cool, man. Well,
thanks. See you, everyone.
I don't know if I might pop on. We might have a special guest. We'll see what happens.
See if you can find a
I
substitute.
can't have Alan in at 9 o'clock. in the
No,
morning.
no, he's banned from
Yeah.
this show.
Yeah, no,
He
no.
can't sit here.
Yeah, no, because he comes in with whiskey at 9 in the
Yeah,
morning
and-
already. So anyway.
He's too advanced to do this show.
I might get Neil Boland to put his pants back on and come on in. I know that he's scheduled to come in. But before we go, folks, I'll just say a quick hello and like all your comments. Les Paul Gibson. That is a cool looking Gibson, isn't it, Les Paul?
Yeah,
It's,
2004. That's
yeah, man.
in great shape.
Super flame, super flame. Wow, Warren Bennett do that Norah Jones song. But that was great. Okay, yeah, I love Norah Jones. Cool. Thanks, lads. Thanks, Michael. Rich Light is a paper composite.
There we go.
Basically, it's high-end cardboard. Thanks, Michael Ray. And you
Yeah.
can come and buy that Midtown here without Michael Ray's involvement.
I tell you, it's very, very smooth as a result, though. You
beautiful
will not
and
get
smooth.
rosewood feeling like
It's like
this.
the baby's
It's ebony,
bottom of
basically.
fretboards. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Speaking of baby's bottoms, did you watch the Michael Jackson doco?
No. And on
We
that,
might leave that.
and on that note, we're out of here.
We're out of here. Bye, folks.